right there.
That's forcing. That's forcing.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, guys. Good morning. We just did hair check, makeup check. We're about to do the intro. Y'all come on in and have a seat in the first, second, or third row. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me get my glasses. We're coming in with the cream this morning. Good morning. So Diddy did you see the apology video?
No, I haven't seen that. That's new. That just came out.
You ain't seen it?
No.
What you think about that though?
Him making an apology before the all that stuff came out.
Right.
Don't try to act like you got some sense when stuff hit the fan. That's what a lot of people do when they're insincere. They done got caught. You feel me? So it's not authentic. That's my opinion.
That's your opinion.
Yep.
All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Tavoy, can you bring me some tissue off the table? Omni is in the building. Good morning. Let me get my church and have a seat in the front by the deacon. Okay. We want you to govern yourselves accordingly. Okay, everybody in the building. Ashley, Troy, can I get some tissue off the table? I need to clear my glasses. I just jumped out the shower. Did makeup first, okay? We did makeup first because that's the most complicated thing. And I like to do makeup first and then get in the shower so that the mist from the shower could bake the makeup. That's what I like to do, okay? Okay? I do my skincare, then I get in there, do my makeup first, and then I jump in the shower. That's what I just did. I came out the shower and lotioned myself down with this sweet butter lotion. Then I put on a moisturizer, got a little shimmer right here in the thing right here, right there. And slipped this onesie on, honey, threw this wig on, and yes, we are here in the building. Listen, somebody said that, first of all, let me do the intro. Good morning, guys. My name is Grabowski, and welcome to my channel. I am a survivor of narcissistic abuse. I grew up in a narcissistic family where there was lots of narcissistic energy, and I point to mental health awareness, where I've had my own mental health challenges myself. And one day when I crashed and burned, I called a life coach to help me to navigate my inner world. So good morning. 19 people in the building. Oh no, you're sick. Oh no. And so did you guys, there we go. Did you guys get up on the right side of the bed? Okay, did you? Did you have a good night's rest last night? How many of y'all know that freedom ain't free, baby? Good morning, C. Did you have a good night's rest? Did you guys, y'all answer me? Y'all thumbs up the live. There's 19 people in here. And I normally don't go live on Sunday morning, honey. I normally do not go live on Sunday morning. But I have come through with the cream. LaTanya said, hey, Omni.
Hey, what's up, love and life, Queen Grand Rising?
Thank you, boo. Omni is in the building. He called me this morning early, because he always waking me up early in the morning.
Peace. Peace to everybody.
He always waking me up early in the morning. That's my oldest son, y'all, for some of you guys who don't know. And always waking me up, and I'll be like, hello. Because, my voice be kind of rough in the morning. It be rough, okay? And he talking about rise and shine, grand rising. Get on up. And I was like, oh, you keep calling me early in the morning. But he said, okay, well, I want to hang out. So we hanging out. C said, love you, cousin. You in the building? You in the building on your phone?
No, I'm not on. I was, hold on one second.
Okay, I was just asking. You don't have to. He said, I love your makeup. Thank you so much. Woo, he fine. Sunday Rose said, you fine, Omni. She said, you're giving fine. She said, you're giving fine. Okay, that's what you're giving. But you know what, it's a sad frog who don't praise his own pine. I choose to think that, it's coming through with the, all of the good bone structure and stuff that the Grabowski got. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 children, and they all are beautiful children. Hey, Benny. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing, Benny? Did you have a good night's rest? Did you wake up on the right side of the bed? Did you tell me that it happened for you? Let me get some water, honey, because I am wide open, honey. Freedom ain't free. Freedom ain't free. Freedom to do what, Cheryl Grabowski? Freedom to be you. What you mean? Mm-hmm. Freedom ain't free. It ain't never been free. It's the most expensive thing in the world. So let's get into the morning song. And some people say, girl, I hate I hate that morning song. Good morning. Da 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 da. Good morning. Da 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 da. Good morning. Good morning. Do 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 do. Good morning. Da 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 da. Good morning. Da 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 da. Okay, Benny. Morning. Good morning. Do 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 do. Good morning. Da 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 da. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. I had a client who wanted me to come up to, I was supposed to go up to the salon because she didn't like the color and redo the color. But I just can't do it because I have to do the morning show. I just can't. This morning show, this YouTube in my life now, like I've put you guys high priority in my life. It's very high. And I'm very serious about everything that I do here in this sector. This morning I was thinking, okay, I want to talk about the deconstruction. And I was trying to think biblically, what kind of story could we talk about deconstruction? And then I got on into it. I said, no, we're going to talk today about being free because, that's just been the theme of my life. It's been the freedom. Good morning, Mr. Kennedy. How you doing? I've spent so much time and energy saying to people, even parents, husbands, friends, associates, I'm going to be myself no matter what. I don't care. It's just me. My opinion to me matters. The way that I want to be in the world. He said, Sugar Boss, you sound a little narcissistic. No, it's okay to be selfish. When it comes to you, hello, Kellen. Hi. When it comes to you, authenticating yourself and just being an original. There's nobody in this freaking world who could be Sunday Rose. There ain't but one Sunday Rose. There ain't but one Sierra. There ain't but one Kellen. There ain't but one. There's no but one Kennedy or Kenneth. That particular Kenneth. There ain't but one. Nobody can beat you being you. Freedom is not free. I landed here in this YouTube streets and I told everybody, I said, listen, my name is Cheryl Grabowski. I feel like my opinion and my perspective is unique. And I want to share. I want to share it. Why? Because I realize that if I am in a room with 8 people, we're just going to say 8 people, 36 people here. Facts. If I'm in a room with 8 people and we all are talking, we're all talking, and this is through my whole entire life experience. We're all talking. I realize that at the end of the conversation, my input into a situation makes the whole conversation completely different. When I come into the room, I've noticed, because I had to live and be me. Now I can look back at the other chapters of my life when I was 40, when I was 35, when I was 25. Good morning, Daisy. I look back and I say, I remember coming into a room of 8 people, 10 people, 20 people, and then I share my commentary or I say what I say. It makes everything different. So I noticed that. And then other people started to notice that. Well, sure, what do you think? It's always been, hey, Cassidy, good morning. D Nice, good morning. Sunday blessings. And we love God. I feel like I noticed that. And I literally give credit to spirit. Now, y'all let me say spirit. Don't get no funny type of way. Whether I say God or spirit, I use both. Depends on how I'm feeling. But I really feel like I landed in my body, and so did you, as your authentic self. Look. This is 2024. It's past time for you to be your original self. If you don't share what the fuck you think, if you don't share and speak out loud what you feel, then how are you going to get what you need out of life? How are you going to get your friends? Because they're calling and it's coming through my phone. Excuse me, y'all. Hey, Lily. Good morning. Can y'all still hear me? Okay, good morning. So we're not here for the shenanigans. We are here for the engagement. If you come in and you insult me because it's Sunday. So we really have zero tolerance. Hey, Lily, we have zero tolerance for the foolery now. If y'all want to come in, good morning, Cheryl and chat. Hey, girl. Hey, Miss Lives. Good morning. But we have zero tolerance for the fuckery this morning. Okay? We ain't gonna tell you but one time, and then beyond that, you're gonna be kicked out. Okay, because we're not doing that. All right. Cheryl Grabowski is speaking to hey Andy. I don't find that offensive at all. I think that's hilarious. Because even if I put on the afro, you guys still think I want to be white. I don't know what is going on with that. Hey Paula, good morning. Good morning. Okay. So, being your authentic self is very, very, very important. And guess what? It takes courage. You know, it's coming through this morning. Like, some people don't realize how much power and courage it takes to just be you. You know, because you don't want to be talked about. Hey, darling. Hey, Snake Fire. You don't want to be talked about other people. But you see, now I'm 53. Like, I don't give a whistle. Who cares? You know, you say, somebody say, well, Cheryl, if you're going to wear this type of such and such, then you need to have these stockings on and you need to do it like this. And you know, you need to do it like that. Not me. I do it the way I want. See what I'm saying? Especially if you feel like in my life, I'm my own boss, right? So I set all the policies, rules, and regulations. Shavoy, I'm on live, baby. And this iPhone gonna pick up all that stuff, okay? So I started off early in my life. See, freedom has always been, I've always been pegged for freedom. It is. It's important. You know what I'm saying? Even my mama parenting me was quite a challenge. And she was a Gemini too. So, you know, I'm talking about my mama used to jump on me once I got like 14, 15 years old. You know, she's hit me across the head with lamps and knocked me, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And I had this thing. About myself. Well, look, girl, no, excuse me, no, that ain't right. Or no, I don't see it like that, mama. And there she was, my Gemini mother and her Scorpio daughter. And boy, we were boom at each other all the time. Now I understand about the Gemini and the Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be friction. However, Spirit sent me in this world to this Gemini woman. I'm a Scorpio girl. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it was combative a lot because she had her way of thinking. Geminis, by the way, are magnificent. Very sharpest knife in the drawer. It's going to be hard for you to outthink a Gemini because they're working with two brains, two opinions at the same time all the time, 100% of the day. It's going to be hard for you to think beyond a Gemini. Gemini is nothing to play with. Geminis are nothing to play with. My mother put me on the floor at 47 years old. Not physically. Benji, you a Gemini. Not physically, but she put me on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Because I came for her and she was ready. I came for her. I have been groomed by a highly narcissistic, but in my opinion, she had the ability to be empathetic at the same time. And then on top of that, she was a Gemini. My mama didn't play with nobody, and especially the family. She did not play with the family. There is no way in this world that my relative would have followed me to this YouTube to run their mouth about my mama if she was above the ground. There is no way. They had to wait until she was deceased. They had to wait until her eyes closed. They had to wait until spirit called her name. They had to wait that she wasn't a part of this earth realm anymore. There is no way that they would have ever contemplated in their mind speaking against my mama. Not on this side. See what I'm saying? Never. I do not want you guys to get it twisted. I was brought into this world by a Gemini female who was highly narcissistic. She didn't play no games with nobody. And I grew up under her tutelage, her power, and her control with the two Gemini brains. Okay? The two Gemini brains. Okay? At all times. And she made me sick to my stomach a lot of the times. Okay? Because I, Miss Scorpio, were being raised up and groomed by this brilliant, broken, narcissistic Gemini woman who did have the ability to self-reflect some as she got older. And she certainly was still capable of empathy. Mama gave me a hard time, but mama knew, she knew that this Scorpio girl, which is me, was very gifted and talented. She knew that I was intuitive too. She knew that too. And she always said, girl, you've just been different from day one. You've always, and she tried to parent me, but she didn't have really, she did what she could, but she didn't really have the skill set. But what she did teach me, oh my God, don't you never, and I hate to say it because it's Sunday morning, but I want to say it so bad. Should I say it, your boy? I want to say it like she would have said it. Do I say it or do what do you know? What y'all think? You want me to just say it the way I want to say it? We'll say it the way the mama would have said it. Cause you got to be real with it. Don't you never let another person that breathe air just like you play in your mother face. Don't you never. Coming in at 5'2", Scorpio female into the YouTube streets with these highly narcissistic dum-dums. And you done played in so many other people's faces, but my face is a different type of face. I'm very acquainted with narcissistic energy. That's how I grew up. That's how I was reared and raised. I have in the world of Marvel, like the Marvel world, like the movies, I have this shield around about me. That when you throw it at me, then it comes back to you. That's my superpower. Why? Because I know what it is. I said, oh. My whole energy said, oh, that's what that is. Oh, let me throw it back. Boom. But when it get back to them, look at this beautiful cloud. Hey, later. When it get back to them, they don't know what to do with it. They don't know. So, what just happened? What just happened? What did the Grabowski do? Why is she able to do that? How does she keep on bouncing back? How does she do that? We can't figure this woman out. No, you can't. I was raised up on a Gemini female who was highly narcissistic. I've been reared. I've been raised. I've been baked. I've been cooked. I've been rubbed down. I've been stuffed. I've been molded. I've been made for the engagement. Hey, David. While in such a beautiful package. Break me down. What? What? I sit there and watch my mother. She told me, she said, Cheryl, you know what I fear the most? I said, what? She said, I fear that my mind, she said, I don't really care about too much what happens to my body. I'll deal with the pain and the sickness, but I don't want my mind going anywhere from me. And I don't want my mind gone. I need my mind. My mind is the magnificent thing. That's the thing that keeps me being able to maneuver in this world, to be able to get what I want, to be able to know when a ninja is playing in my face, to be able to conquer and subdue and to love and to have. It's my mind, sure. I need my mind. So I say, freedom ain't free. My mama was the same way in a way. The Marjorie was just Marjorie, period. You like it, you don't. Thank you, Lorenzo. Later said whole package deal. That be part of the problem that's going on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? My mama was the same. Hey, Missy Lou, good morning. My mother was the same way. She was herself, period. She never tried to be anybody else. She never. For the most of my life, I just did not understand who she was. I just, that Gemini and that Scorpio, we don't think the same. However, I'm being made. I'm being molded for this thing, for the engagement, for the purpose of where I'm going. Authenticity. Hey, David and Benji. Hey, everybody. Authenticity is important. Freedom ain't free. You say, Cheryl, why you say that? Because I had to say no to a lot of people. I had to say no to a lot of, like, Cheryl, if you come and you do what I want you to do, this is what I can give you. I've been presented that way so many times in my life. When I used to be a minister, let me tell y'all, when I used to be a minister, they wanted my gifts and my talents. They wanted my resilience. They wanted the strength and the power. They wanted to be able to use my construct, but they didn't want me to be able to think on my own. They wanted all of the good things. And then they would say, but I need you to submit to me, and I need you to do what I tell you to do. Just like Money Boy and Truth Hurts tried to do on the panel. It would have been okay if I would have just apologized when I heard what they thought about me that day. Because what they are saying, okay, listen now, we've given you enough support. You see what happens when we support you. You see what happens when the team is intact. You see all the benefits in being a team. Now we want to know, can you stand up under our pressure? Can you allow us to be able to play in your MFing face? And if you can do that, then we could be cool. So it's a no. Freedom ain't free. It's a no. You cannot have that. That is not for sale. In an intimate relationship or a friendship of any kind, it's not going to happen. I'm going to do it my way. Yeah, that's a done deal. For in the future, who knows who I'm going to meet? Who knows? Okay, because I've been raised up and shaped by that Gemini. You understand me? I understand that people can say a thing and not mean a thing. I understand that they can say something to you and then take it back. I understand that. Somebody say exactly. She is speaking facts. Period. It's a no. Engagement, friendship, Cheryl Grabowski is not for sale. Don't come. I don't even know who I'm speaking to today, but literally, don't try to negotiate with me. There's no ownership here. You understand what I'm saying? You say, oh, well, I got 30,000 subscribers and I want to deal with you, but I need you to do this right here. I'm not for sale. You understand? I'm going to do it my way. We could do a collaboration, Okay? And you got to understand that it might not be no agreement on my side. And then not only that, I'm not going to look past your, you know what I'm saying? Because if you come for me, I'm going to come for you. If you do something that I feel like ain't right, I'm going to speak on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're not doing that. I'm just letting y'all know because I don't know who I'm speaking to. I'm not just talking to the fucking people in the chat. I'm talking to the people out and past the chat. I'm talking to the people in the bushes. When you're thinking about having an interaction with the Grabowski, I'm not for sale. I'm not for sale. I'm going to speak it like I see it. I'm going to call it how it is. It's period. It goes for everybody, anybody that's around me, everybody and anybody. I've been doing it all my life, but not on the level that I understand now, because now I understand with my authenticity is where the gold is. That's where the gold is. That's what's going to push me forward. Freedom ain't free. I've had to end engagements that I could have prospered behind, and things could have happened, but you want the essence of who and what I am, and you can't have that. It's not yours. You can't have it. Now, we can talk and we negotiate, and you can tell me what you think, and you can tell me what this person did to further them, and I'll listen to all of that. But I'm not going to not be me. You're not going to shape me into something that you want me to be. And I've been like this all my life. Hey, Faye Parker, keep pushing your word. It's hitting some of us. Period. Authenticity is where it is, not just for me, for you. Don't stop being yourself. I don't care. They say, well, you always contrary. You always go against the crowd. Look, change ain't going to come until somebody, see, because I told y'all last night, people are masked. They're not their real selves anyway. They have on a mask. That's why I don't do church. What's the point? Those people are masked there. They don't know who they are. They are rehearsing God. How do you rehearse, Cheryl? Go about it. How do you rehearse God? You rehearse God through a program. You have an itinerary. You have everything planned out. You have who's going to do it and what they're going to say. Cheryl, do you roll like that? No. 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 I do not. I don't roll like that. For what? We're not doing programs. I don't know what we're going to do here this morning. I never know. 10, 15, 30 minutes ago, I put down freedom ain't free because that's how I was feeling. And then we're going to go from there like we did last night. Freedom ain't free. But the thing is, Cheryl, what are you doing? I'm moving. I'm moving with spirit. It's not what the Cheryl want. It's not what Cheryl think. It's what needs to be. I'm giving you energy. You give me back energy. And through energy, let us know what we are to do and what's going on. One thing about my experience with the church is that every time, mostly every time, that I would speak and say what Spirit had me to say, the pastor would be furious. Oh my God. But the congregation would be fed. Let me say that again. Every time I was offered the pulpit, whether it was my husband or another associate minister, the pastor would be furious, but the people would be fed. And I tried to make a decision. I said, how in the world am I going to do this? How can I speak from the reservoir of my soul? How can I share with them what life has shared with me? How can I get them to the place to let them know that life loves and supports you no matter what? No matter what. How do I get this over to them? and without stepping on the pastor's toes. Because the pastor is looking for power and control. I don't want it. I just want to give them freedom. Freedom to what? Freedom to know that life of God's Spirit is supporting you. That life is not confused. Life lets you live and come into the earth for a reason. Life don't change its mind. Man do. That's what I wanted to tell them. And I would tell them that. Come to me. Come. You talking about being able to call a congregation of people to the front? It's intimidating to get up and walk down the aisle of a church to the front of the church to say that, first of all, I humble myself before God or life force or spirit or universe. I humble myself. I'm in need of something. Would you please, God, give it to me? I know that I'm shitty, but I need you to help me. It takes so much vitality to do that.
What's that?
And so what I did was, I knew that. Can y'all not talk loud, please? I knew that. So what I did was, I spoke from that place. Somebody say truth. Yes. You be sitting in the pew and you scared to get up because you don't know what other people gonna think. You don't know. You say, well, I don't know if it's gonna work. Well, I just need a blessing. I need a connection. I need guidance. I need something good, but I don't want to go. But then when the Grabowski would get up there, and I wasn't Grabowski then, and I would just say, just come to the front. Come on. Come on. Don't worry about what nobody think. God wants you more. Spirit wants you more than you want Spirit. Spirit wants to give you confidence. Spirit don't want you bowing down, trembling and crying and hollering and screaming and talking loud. Spirit just want to say, hey, know you've been having a hard time. I know you've been feeling some type of way. I love you. I support you. It's okay. It's okay. That's all Spirit is saying. I understand. There have been zillions of people who have lived before you. This problem that you have is really not a problem at all. It's not. Other people have gone through same thing as you, some worse, some not as bad. But come. The thing is this, freedom ain't free. I done been through so much to get here to y'all. Do you understand what I'm saying? I could have been on some of the biggest platforms in the world by now. Trust me when I tell you I could have. I just had to play the game their way. But the thing is, I don't play games. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to say that the God in me is more powerful than the God in you. I'm not doing that. That's a lie. It's not true. I'm not going to tell you that my title puts me in a better position than you. I'm not doing that. Because if I do that, I'm lying on Spirit. I'm not lying on Spirit because I love Spirit, respect Spirit, and it's not going to happen. I'm not going to turn on Spirit for you. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you, good morning, Jakey. I'm not going to tell you and bring you, subdue you, and bring you under me to make me feel more powerful and can control. I'm not doing that. I'm going to let you know that God, Spirit, Life, Universe love you just as much as God, Spirit, Life, Universe love me. There ain't no difference. There's no difference. I can't tell you that. I can't let the bishop, the elder, the deacon, the apostle, and the pastor, I can't let them make me tell you that. I can't. I can't make them tell me to tell you that in order for you to be blessed, in order for you to hear from God, in order for you to be aligned with Spirit, that you got to come into that building that they leased or bought. I can't tell you that. That's not true. That's a lie. Thank you, Jakey. I can't tell you that. I've got to tell you that no matter where you are or what you are doing, whether you're in the temple or you're at the club, Spirit is with you. That's what I got to tell you. I got to tell you that there's no place or no situation where Spirit is not with you, observing and going through it with you. I got to tell you that there's no way the Spirit can be separated from you for nothing. That's what I got to tell you. So the freedom that I have to tell you this is not free. I've gone through so much. I'm not going to be taught that God has respect a person and that the church has power. The church went through a horrendous situation during COVID. What a humbling moment for Spirit, because finally the pastors had to shut up. And all the world knew, somebody said the world knew, Cheryl, the world knew that the preachers had lied. They lied. They told you that they had power and control, but they had none. That's what they told you. They told you that people were not going to be unalive by this thing. That's what they told you. But millions died, and especially in the church, because some people kept the doors open because they were not listening to Spirit. Spirit hadn't spoke to them in many a years at all. They were following a program. They were following a program. This is what the program said. They were following that program instead of listening to Spirit. Like me, I could have wrote some things down this morning and had my points and come here and presented the points to y'all. I could have done that. Or I could have just followed Spirit and see what Spirit is doing. They died. Millions. They died. Yes, they did. One behind the other. The elders, they went. You know why the elders went? You know why the elders went? Because they wasn't really listening to Spirit anyway. Time had passed for them. The pastor, the bishop, the apostle, the minister, and the teacher, none of them tell God what to do. I know I don't. I don't tell Spirit what to do. And they can't either. See, this is the thing. Freedom ain't free. I got to tell you guys that you are not, the building or the structure is not God. You're the temple. I got to tell you that. Organized religion has been talking for 300 years? And they've done a magnificent job of convincing everybody that you go over to the building because that's where God is. God, Spirit, Source is at the building. No, he's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. God's Source is not at the building. Source is at the building if you go there. Source is at the building if you take your temple over there. But when everybody leave the building, it's just a building. It doesn't mean anything. You understand? It's the people. So technically, church is where you are. We'll say, sure, what do you mean by that? Where are you? Where are you now? Where are you? Are you in your house? Are you in your car? Where are you? Okay, wherever you are, that's where Source is. Source is wherever you are in the building. You are the building. So this is the thing. For all these years, well, then you ask the question, well, then, Cheryl, what is church all about? Church is a business. That's all it is. It's a rehearsal of songs. It's a fellowship of people. It's a discussion or a teaching of not spiritual, but doctrine, literature. It is a time of some level of reflection, but that's it. It's a business. Do you understand? When life gets to happening for you, Life is happening for you. You're on the side of the road on I-90. Okay? You made it out the car, but your spouse is in the car and they are unalived at that car right then. Meanwhile, if you split the screen, you're on I-90, you survived the crash, your spouse is unalived right there at 3 o'clock p.m. At the same time, at 3 o'clock p.m., your pastor is sitting over at the Olive Garden having a wonderful lunch, which that's your pastor's business, with his wife. He's eating food. It tastes good. His sensory nervous system is intact. They're having a good conversation. He's experiencing life in his body in the way that he's experiencing it. Meanwhile, in your body and in your world, everything in you is torn to shreds. You are experiencing the darkness, the dark night of the soul. You are going through this. You're at a crossroad. Your life has just ended as you always knew it. Pastor is eating lunch as he should with his wife, enjoying a wonderful meal. Both of these things are happening at 3 p.m. Pastor doesn't even know you're on I-90. Pastor don't know that your husband is unalive now. Pastor doesn't know that. Pastor doesn't feel it in his body. First thing from pastor's mind. There's nobody there with you but you. Husband is unalive. Spirit is with you. Spirit is with you right now. Right now. Not the pastor. The church has done a wonderful job of making you think that your help comes from them. And it does not. They are just like you. Your help comes from spirit. Spirit alone. It doesn't come from the church. It doesn't come from hymns. It doesn't come from singing Tasha Cobb, singing wonderful songs like Break Every Chain. It doesn't come from any of those things. It comes from you. Spirit is in you, through you, as you. Right on I-90 with your husband being unalive and pastor having this wonderful lunch. Pastor makes the claim on Sunday morning that God speaks in him and through him, and that he ain't really talking to nobody else at that particular time but him. Meanwhile, this wreck happened on a Monday morning. Pastor didn't tell you that that wreck was going to happen. Pastor had no idea. Pastor doesn't have that type of power. Pastor doesn't have that type of purpose. Do you understand? Pastor is not source. Pastor is just pastor. Pastor is practicing God. Pastor is practicing church. Pastor is working. Pastor is working. The type of power that I have is to stand outside of the system and to show you guys who are in the system what's really going on. That's the type of power that I have. Because I used to be pastor. That's the power. The insight is the power. Now, what we do, not just you, but me, because I've done this too. What we do is we think the way that they frame the thoughts. Okay? Because all your help is coming from the church. Okay, so we have an intercessory prayer circle. And we pray for people. You know, so what's going on in your family? Well, good morning, ASMR. Well, what's going on in my family that my son has to have surgery? Oh, we're going to be praying for your son. Okay, well, thank you. Okay, we're going to pray for this one. We want everybody, if anybody in the church has got ailments, we want you to give us their names and we're going to pray for these people. Okay, and then these people get together and they pray for those people. Meanwhile, one of the intercessory prayer people, one of the main one, actually, the one on the list, what's going on with them is that they found out that their husband is an associated minister, associative minister at the church, right? And his girlfriend just called her the night before. They've been having a relationship for 3 years on the side. right? But meanwhile, she's praying for everybody else. But the thing is, baby, you need to be praying for yourself because you are the one with the situation. You've been going to church every day and every night, Wednesday and Friday night, and you don't know that this kind of atrocity is happening in your life? Wi-Fi. They've opted not to go anymore because they've gone through enough rehearsals. Now they want to get into source. Now they know that they are a walking temple. That God is in me, through me, as me. I'm tired of listening to my pastor exogete the text. Cheryl, what do you mean by that? What does that mean to exogete the text? That means for him to break it down and to share the text as he see it through his lens or her lens. That's all it means. That's all it means. It just means class. It's no different than going to a university. There's no difference at all. It's the same thing. Pastor makes all kind of boasts about knowing what God wants, and he does not know because he wasn't there on I-90. He didn't tell you on Sunday morning that this was going to happen at 3 o'clock the next day. He didn't do that. He didn't know. Pastor just like you. Pastor's a man or pastor's a woman. Pastor makes these claims that they know what to tell you about your life, and they don't. They don't. Their lives are in more of a shamble than yours. But you don't know that. Why don't you know that? Cheryl Grabowski knows that. How does Cheryl know? Because Cheryl knows source. Cheryl knows people. Humans being human. There's no way to separate us from being human. We're going to always be human no matter what. Pastor Mason's claim, I live this holy lifestyle. I'm holy, 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 holy. No, you're not. You're not holy. You may not curse. You may not go to clubs. You may not fornicate. And you may pay all the money that was supposed to be paid to the ministry. But let me ask you something. Do you have empathy? Number one, that's the main thing. Pastor is preaching. Pastor is pastoring. And pastor don't have no love. None. You say, Cheryl Grabowski, what are you talking about? Pastor don't got no love, baby. Pastor's a narcissist. Pastor's a narcissist. Pastor don't have the ability to love. Pastor knows the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Pastor knows how to exogete the text. Pastor knows what to tell you about David, the story of David and Saul. He can tell you about the day that David saw Bathsheba on the tower, oh, beautiful and sexy and naked. Pastor can tell you about those things. Pastor's a narcissist. Pastor does not have love. Cheryl Grabowski, what in the world are you saying? Well, in order to, what do you think? In order to support God's people, wouldn't you have to have love? Wouldn't you have to have love? I would think so. Well, your pastor doesn't.
Most of them don't do it.
Your pastor's a narcissist.
You seen that clip with Kim Burrell?
Your pastor is a narcissist.
At 20,000.
Hold on to what? Your pastor is a narcissist. They do not have love. They are exploiting the church. They're using you. A lot of them. Says Cheryl, not all of them. Not all of them. You guys need to send your preachers through the narcissist detector.
There's a Bible verse that says you would know them by their fruit. So if they are
without love, it's all void. Without love, it's all void. Your pastor have a deficit of love. And some of your parents do too. Hey, trucker's wife. And that is what's wrong with us, our society. You got it today, baby. You got it today. How dare me sit up in a congregation for 40 years up under a person who don't love nobody in there, who don't love their spouse or their children, who stand in a supposed to be a holy place, speaking for source without love in your heart, and you have 500 people that's been sitting there for 40 years, and there's nobody in the congregation who don't realize that pastor is a narcissist, and you say you know God? Are you crazy? You say you know what God has said? You say you hear spirit talking to you, and you don't know that this person has no empathy? This person is not capable of love, but they speak for source, and God is love. How hypocritical and disappointing. My God, 50 years in one building, and you don't know. Out of all the things that pastor said that God said, and you've been serving there 30 to 50 years, and you don't know that that person is incapable of love, then you say, well, that's not on me because I just did what God told me to do. Well, you don't think that God would let you know in 30 to 50 years that this person does not speak for them, for him? What kind of God do you think God is? 30, 40, 50 years and you don't know that this person is an imposter? That they can live and enjoy life and everything, but they have no business speaking for God at all.
It's the title, like the president. You can't do no wrong.
Are y'all crazy? And now y'all think the new generation want to do what y'all have done? You want to think that just like we have on a blinded eye for lovers and husbands that do shit they ain't got no business, and wives, then we gonna have a blinded eye for pastor? Grabowski is not in the church because freedom ain't free, and you not getting ready to make me live my life like a screen show. Now you go to hell because I'm not doing it. I know that these people are not who they say they are. They make too many claims for me. Now, if you were standing in the pulpit and you talking like Cheryl, I'll come to your church. I'll come. But you ain't going to be running your mouth and it not be so. That's just like in your real life. You know people that stand around talking, you say, shit, they ain't about that life because you know that person. You know that person. You know they selling wolf tickets. You know it ain't real. But you sit there for 30 and 50 years? For what? Then you say, oh, Grabowski, she's got a negative spirit. Freedom ain't free. This thing done cost me so much. Relationships too. Because there are people that I've known that say, sure, look, I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you because you speak against the church. It is what it is. Hey, Tank, good morning. It is. Let me speak against the church, but I ain't going to say not one word against God. Let me say it again. Let me speak against the church. Woo, child, I felt that in my shanana. But I will not say one word against spirit. Ain't no way. Why would I have a problem with spirit? I ain't got no problem with spirit. I got a problem with you. There's a difference. And then for what's bothering me is that they make these claims. We saw that Sunday morning when, what's his name? What's that woman name? The basketball wife, Shawnee. And her husband rebuked that woman for making all that noise in church. Now, let's talk about that. Because for a teachable moment, we are going to talk about that. So she's hollering and hooping and making all the noise that people make. In my opinion, to be honest with you, I feel like that the lady probably had some type of mental health problems. But beyond that, That's how she gets her attention. And then beyond that, she may have been going through something too. So I think it was layered, a situation with that lady. But him, watch him, what he does. So he's singing his little song, and you got everybody doing this, you got everybody, worshiping, and, it's a certain type of energy that's going around. Okay, so he's singing a song. So of course he's annoyed because the sound that she's making doesn't go with the sound that he's making. Everybody's trying to focus in and worship and calm down and have a beautiful moment. Meanwhile, she's hollering and screaming and wailing. So then he goes over to her and he acts like that's basically that she's got sort of like a demon on her. The thing is that she did not have.
When people had seizures back in the day before they knew about medicine and science,
She did not have.
When a person had seizures, they would try to rebuke them.
She did not have a demon on her, no more than a demon that was on him. The demon on him was he's speaking like he's speaking for God, and he's speaking for God at all. Because that man, they allege that he got an ongoing situation with a same gender loving male. But here again, which I'm not against same gender loving, but I am against you pretending to be straight when you're not. When you have an ongoing situation, when you got a lover on the side, but you're a pastor with a wife that's standing in the pulpit and presenting to all these thousands of people that it's a monogamous, straight, and healthy relationship when it's not. I'm against that. So why would a man want to do that? Why would a pastor want to stand before how many people they got at their church? We'll say 15,000. We'll say 15,000 congregants on Sunday morning. 15,000 congregants on Sunday. What would be his motivation? To pretend to be something that he's not, to present to be something that he's not, to do all of that every Sunday and sometimes on Wednesday night and special services he go to preach. Why would he do that? What would be the thing that's motivating him to live this type of facade? What would it be? What would it be? It's money. Church is a business. Freedom ain't free. If Cheryl Grabowski was a certain type of person and money meant everything to me, prestige and power meant everything to me, I would be in the church right now. Not believing the Bible, really. But I would be pretending and exogeting the text like all the other people. So that I could get what would be motivating me? The money. The money would be motivating me. I would be saying, okay, so if I can leave church on Sunday morning with a deposit of $80,000 into my account because I'm the pastor, so the money goes to me. Church is a triangle. You see that? It's just like a Fortune 500 company. The money goes to the leader. Okay? There are some people who are in position at the church who holds position like the secretary and some other people that are on staff, okay? But these people down here, they get nothing but exogee text. They are the givers. They are funding the peak. The congregation, this is the congregation. They are funding, okay? It's a triangle. All the money go to the preacher. So what would motivate me? $80,000 on Sunday. What the hell? If I'm the pastor, the $80,000 on Sunday is motivating me. And I got hundreds of years of people in their conscience. You go to church or you're a bad person. You go to church or you're going to go to hell. That's already baked inside of them, no matter what. They can be the biggest sinners on the planet. As long as they go to church and pay their tithes and the offerings, they feel like they've secured their heaven ticket, no matter what. It's all a psychosis of something. It's like it's a mental illness, really, to be honest with you.
They don't believe in karma either.
Right. It's mental illness. So that's what support him. If you can leave the church every Sunday morning with $30,000 that's going to your account. That means you live where you want, you drive what you want, you eat what you want. That's the motivating factor. Plus, you get to walk around with an upstanding reputation as being a preacher. So it looks good in society, in everything, but it's not real. It's a facade. It's not real. 90% of these people are walking around in a facade. I found out at 48, that I've been masking all my life, and that other people have been masking too. Freedom ain't free, and authenticity is the newest shit on the block, no matter what. My name is Cheryl Grabowski. I'm here to tell you I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. Okay? I could be one of them. I could have been living exactly the way that I want, driving the way that I want, eating and doing everything that I could have been done that. I could still do it if I want. I'm not getting ready to play games with source, spirit, God. I'm not doing that. Because see, one of these old days, and it won't be long, he sent you $5. They're narcissists, honey. They don't give a damn about you. They just profit off most people who have in their conscience, because they was raised that way. If you're going to be a good person, you go to church. That's what you do. And if you're going to be safe, you go to church because you don't want to miss heaven.
It's just crazy, man. It's crazy.
That's why. And based on those two things, they are able to extract from you week by week, month by month, year by year. Plus, there's a social component. She gave the church over $20,000. She's trying to buy her way into heaven. My aunt's house is in foreclosure. See? Even with your aunt's house being, the church won't help. Even with your aunt's house being in foreclosure and things like that, the church takes no. If you got a pastor who's a narcissist and he could finesse you for 20, 30, 40, 50 dollars, he gonna take your money, give a damn about you. You understand? I can't. Y'all know I'm the narc slayer, right? We don't just talk about narcissists on YouTube. We don't only just talk about narcissists in romantic relationship. We talking about church and narcissism this morning. Freedom ain't free. Mr. and Mrs. Narc, you can't control me. And you can't have my authenticity. It's not for sale. So I've landed here on YouTube. And now my YouTube I got more subscribers than they got members at their church. I got more people listening to me now than they have at their ministries. Because I'm right in the city where I'm coming from. And there are many churches here in the city where I've stood in their pulpits. Many. I've always attracted narcissists. Always. Always. And they love my abilities that I have. But I'm not for sale. And I don't do anything for money. There's no price tag attached to me. I hear you, Tank. So it's a no. It's a no. For all you guys who are ensnared by the threat of losing your spiritual inheritance, don't be ensnared by that. You've got to deal with your fear. When when the pandemic came and the government closed down the building, how did you guys survive? How did you survive? Because the buildings were shut. And I did a sermon sort of like on Facebook some years ago. Thank you, Eric. I did a teaching on Facebook years ago, and basically this was before the pandemic, maybe 3 years. What happens when we cannot gather? My brain just showed me like what happens when I said something's gonna happen in our world, in our society, where we can't go into the building? How do you access spirit? Do you beg your leader to open up the door of the church so that you can just get in contact with spirit? What happens when you can't gather? What happens? What happens when the praise team don't sing in the morning? What happens when you don't see or hear the pastor say amen, then you don't feel God? You can't have a beautiful worship experience if the choir ain't singing, or if the praise team ain't singing, or if the Hammond organ ain't Hammond organing. You can't access God. You don't have source in your temple. You can't start singing a melody unto yourself and feel source. You can't get in a quiet room by yourself and pour from the reservoir of your own soul. You need those people over there at that location before you can connect to spirit. You can't do that. What happens when something happen? What happens when life changes for us in the U.S.? What happens? I'm just saying, I need you to use your imagination, okay? I need you to use your imagination, all right? So we're in a whole different level right now. We just shifted, okay? I just need you to stay focused, and think, okay? Because life be happening. None of us hold the keys to tomorrow. But I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. What happens when things change for us in the U.S.? What happens? In other countries, now, the children, innocent children, listen to bombs. And over there across the street in the building over there have been 2,000 people that were unalived overnight. They hear helicopters flying in the air. They hear all of this stuff. It's not a movie. It's real. It's happening in another part of the world, even though we don't feel it in our body. We don't feel it in our body because it's not happening to us, but it's happening in real time in another part of the world. So, but what happens when it happens here? What happens? What happens to you when you've not been practicing this type of spiritual discipline? We said, Grabowski, what kind of spiritual discipline? The kind that you know that God is in you, through you, as you. You don't need to call nobody. Nobody. You don't even need to feel a certain type of way. You don't need the goosebumps. You don't need the Hammond organ. You don't need any of those things. The only thing you need is you. That's all you need. You in spirit focusing. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need to go to a location. You don't need to do anything. You don't need it. That's just somebody in the chat just trying to distract me, but I've developed a focus. That's not going to work. So you don't need it. You don't need those things. Only thing you need is you. That's it. That's what God is looking for. You want to know what God is looking for? That's what God is looking for. You don't need any of those stuff. You don't need no Hammond organ. You don't need the praise team. You don't need the pastor. You don't need any of those things. If the only way that you can access God is through those things, then your God is just a feeling. You want to get past the feeling into the knowing. It's not about the feeling. The church creates an atmosphere. That's what it's all about. I used to have one. It's all about creating the atmosphere. They say, oh, well, I can't go to church and go to that kind of church because they're boring. Because I used to say it. What do you mean boring? Because they're not hooping and hollering. They're not making any noise. So you can't contact God unless it's noisy. You need noise. Why God always got to be in the noise? Why can't God be in the silence? Why can't God be inside of you? Why does God even have to be an audible voice? Why can't God be a nudging or a serenity? What is God? Is God the Hammond organ? Is God the choir singing? Is God the pastor exog in the text? No, no, and no. God is none of those things. When you confront the scariest things in your life, or you come to a crossroad in your life and life get to life, and for you, none of the Hammond organ, the choir, and the pastor not going to be there. Not going to be there. This is nothing but the truth. That's it. This is all the truth. Without all the bells and whistles. We don't need bells and whistles. We need source. We don't need bells and whistles. We need source. In the days and the time that we live in, which I think is a fantastic time for all of us to live, I think it's fantastic. But what I'm telling you is that we don't know what tomorrow holds. And when tomorrow get to holding those things, I want you to understand that source is already in you. Period. You don't need a song. You don't need a choir. You don't need no exegy and no text. You don't have to make sure that you're giving your tithes and offering in order for you to access source. Source don't care nothing about that. That's church is a business. Do you understand? You've been programmed that way. Church is a business. God came giving from the beginning. God don't need your money, but they need your money to build an edifice. That's the pastor's building. That's the pastor's second home. Pastor want to brag about his ability to build an edifice with your money. It's not the pastor's money, it's your money. I told y'all yesterday the people got the power. Did I tell you that? I told you people got the power when it comes to politics, and people got the power when it comes to church. If the congregation get up and leave, then the pastor just has him and God. But that building will shut down. Even though his name is on it and he gets all the benefits. Remember, told you it's a triangle. Okay? That money is going to his account. He might be a narcissist. He might not love anybody in the congregation, including his wife or his children or she. You've just everything that you've done in giving to that narcissist is unjust. You're unjust because Spirit been with you the whole time. And in all these years, Spirit wasn't able to communicate to you. Shh, shh. Listen, Linda. That person is speaking, but that person is not speaking for me. That person is a broken person. That person said one thing and do something else behind closed doors. I never told that person to speak for me from day one. It's too much noise in the church. Too many drums. Too many organs. The sound system too loud. It's too much. Source don't need all that. Source don't need all that. Now, who hearing from God? Who knows what God said? Who? You claim that you know what God is saying to me. I don't know. Cheryl Grabowski don't know what God has said to you. I'm asking you, what has God said to you? What has God said? Where is God? How does God move? Who does God move through? What is God doing? Where? What is God doing? Who knows? Freedom ain't free. I'm free to talk to you guys this morning about what I talk about. I had to leave the church in order to communicate with you guys. I had to leave the structure. I had to deconstruct. You said, Cheryl, what is that? What is deconstruction? Deconstruction is unlearning or relearning, or to take a look back at my theology with a critical look into not only the literature, but the structure of church and what that is. Separating God from the business. People used to say a long time ago, separating the man or the woman from the ministry. They say that to validate their bad human behavior. Well, Cheryl Grabowski, nobody's perfect. What do you expect people to be perfect? They expect me to be perfect in paying my money. They expect perfect when it comes to that. They expect perfect attendance when it comes to that. But I'm not supposed to expect them to be that person that they talk about. I'm not supposed to be able to expect that. Then you give me, well, Cheryl, they are not perfect. Well, I'm not perfect. I don't want to give this Sunday. Could you not feel any type of way about me? Could you not talk about me over the pulpit? And when you go back there in the pastor's meeting, can y'all not say anything about me not giving? Because I don't want to be perfect when it comes to my giving. Just like you're not perfect. I'm supposed to look beyond you and your humanity. Thank you, corpses. And say that you're not perfect, but allow you to speak into my life when a lot of times you're deflecting as my pastor. Your subconscious mind is messed up. You got childhood trauma in different parts of you that's unbroken. And when you speak over the pulpit, it's coming out too. All of it's coming out at the same time. You, pastor, are damaging me. You're responsible for, I feel insecure behind what you have said from your pulpit. You making me feel like I'm not good enough for heaven. Make me feel like I got to work for salvation. You making me feel like I'm not good enough for God to be in me, through me, as me. You're doing that, pastor, because you're deflecting on me. And then after a while, I got to feel some type of way because we all, you just got exposed. Something happened to your plumbing, and the plumber that came to your house, pastor, was my wife's friend's husband. And he told me you had Hennessy. You had Hennessy. You had, what's that alcohol right there, Chavoy? Tequila. You had Mad Dog 2020. You had it all underneath your kitchen sink. And you just beat the pulpit down about people drinking alcohol. And the plumber told on you. Now I got to deal with that because now everybody in Raleigh know that you drink every night. Meanwhile, you've been getting on us for drinking. I got to deal with you. You've been talking about fornicating in the pulpit, and there's 3 women in church say you done laid up with. But I got to look past your faults and see your needs. When you done give me bad self-esteem. Who is hype? Good morning. Okay? Yeah, I sure am. Yeah, Joseph said, you damn right. Okay? I got to look past your needs. Now I got to be the mature one. I got to be the spiritual one when it come to you. Then the deacon and the folks at the church, the elders say, well, leave pastor alone. Pastor is just a man. Or leave pastor alone. Pastor is just a woman. I ain't going to leave pastor alone. I'm going to hold pastor accountable. You grew up hype and don't pick on a woman. Oh, that's what y'all talking about. Okay? Period. Church is a business. And that's all it is. Your preacher is a human being. And that's all they are. It's time out for making preachers, celebrities, and larger than life figures. Okay? It's time out for that. It's time out. All these PK kids that I talk to that are full of trauma. My children got some trauma too. Church don't address trauma. Church don't know what to do with no trauma. I don't know how many times I'm telling y'all that. Y'all, some people got mad with me the other day. I don't care. Church don't address trauma. They don't know what to do. The matter of fact, the people that singing in the choir, they got trauma. The pastor that's preaching in the pulpit, full of trauma. The elders and the deacons, the missionaries and the trustees and the ushers, full of trauma. The whole building is reeked with trauma. But you gonna heal me. I'm supposed to rely on you to direct my life. The mosque is full of trauma. The priests are full of trauma. The Buddhists are full of trauma. That's why they want to go meditate all day and all night and not live life. None of these religious systems address the brokenness that's inside of me and you. None of it.
They peaceful though.
Yeah, but they're hiding. They're hiding from life.
No, that's not necessary.
Well, in my opinion, they isolating. Good morning, Ninja.
It's a science to the mind that they understand that the average person does not understand.
Well, Christianity is like that too. Some parts of it. There's some metaphysics in here, some science in Christianity and Muslim too.
They don't pray though. They meditate. They don't ask God for blessings.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to my chat. Okay? Welcome to the chat. So basically, I just gave a lecture this morning, letting you guys, because there are some people in the bushes that they know very well, too well, what I'm saying is true. You know what I'm saying? That's my son. Ashley, answer that phone. For them people calling to my phone. Okay? Are you an atheist? No. Hello? Why are they calling the phone? Where you at? Somebody is calling me.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Are you on the phone?
Yeah.
No, that's not for her. That's somebody spamming us.
Yeah, that's somebody who famous us.
Oh, somebody calling me because I'm on live.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm in the group chat, child.
I don't know why.
Hype Jones said, "What's up, your boy?"
Yo, what up? What up?
I don't follow religion, Izzy. I don't follow religion. No religion. I'm not a woman of religion. All religion is null and void. No religion. No religion. No following ideas from groups of people from the past and no doing it the way that they did it. None of that. And that's on purpose. It's called deconstruction. It's called deconstruction. Just deconstructing it. Just getting rid of it. It's called deconstruction. That's what it's called. You say, cool, yeah. I don't identify with any of it. There was a big part of my life when I was raised as a Christian, as most black people are. You know what I'm saying? You know, that we were handed the Bible through slavery time. But originally, I don't think, but anyway, so most black people are. So just as I choose to not go certain places and do certain things, it's the same with religion. I'm choosing to. Revolution is an idea of the past. Are you suggesting we never revolt against the power class? I don't even know what that means. I'm not following that. So yeah, no religion. It's all about freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to love. And if you are religious and you go to the church and the okay, so I'll say this. The problem with an indoctrinated Christian is some of the ideas are rigid, rough, stifling, and kind of, you know, puts you in a matrix or boxes you in, and you are just it causes you not to think, like real simple minded and very paranoid. Freedom is the way to live. Preacher, freedom, freedom, freedom. No religion, no religious ideas from our past. And those people, we'll just take it back 100 years. Those people from 100 years, what they did, what they thought, what they practiced, and how they did it. Because that's what we're doing. We're doing what they did. Freedom is about you choosing how you're going to do it. You know, whether you go to a church, where religion is an idea of the past, revolution is an idea of the past. I'm with you on this, by the way. I'm a deist, believe in the common threads of all religions. I can get with that. You know, saying God is love, source is love, spirit is love. I'm with that. But all of this church, the corporation of religion, the corporation and the business of how it runs. You come on Sunday, that's the business of it. You come on Wednesday, that's the business. Your tithe, your offering, and your special offerings for special services, that's all the business of it. The social part is when you come in and you got the different offices like the deacon, the trustee, the usher, and all of that. So I want you to come in, bring your time, your talent, and your talent is 3 T's. Time, talent, and tithe. You bring all those things in with you, and you give us, this is the church, you give me, I'm the church, you give me your time, your talent, and your tithe to me. You give it to me. And then I take it, because I'm the pastor, and I do what I want with it. Because you bring it to me, because God told you to bring it to me. They say you bring it to the storehouse. The storehouse is the pastor. You know, they can use all kind of words or whatever. The simple application of it is the pastor. Storehouse is the pastor. Down with dogma. Dogma is the business of religion. Yeah, see, we on the same page. Okay, Blaze, we'll bleed. Yeah. It's a business. So, you know, basically, I've been deconstructed from the business. So people say, well, sure, you can't live. You're not going to continue to live, which I've been living all along because I left the church 20-some years ago. You won't be blessed. Well, I'm blessed. Yes, I am. You won't look good. You won't, you're going to die. They've been waiting for me to die for 20 years, and some of them are dead. You know, it's just all of that because you won't do this thing that we do. You won't allow yourself to be honed down or boxed in or into this thing that we do because sure, you got too much damn freedom. We don't have freedom like you do. Well, I'm telling you today, the reason why you can't be free is because you ain't done the work. I started my deconstruction 20-some years ago. My son will tell you. I told God, really, the deconstruction comes in with a conversation between me and God, not with them. I was able to identify that it's me and God's business, not me and them. And that I was able to identify that they were not God. Girl, you look good. Girl, you come. Oh, all right. You better do it, honey. Okay. I was able to, my daughter been working out hard. She looking good. Okay. But I was identified that they were not God. So that fear that you all feel, I did that 20-something years ago. And I told God straight up. Yes. Yes, I was not even trying to fool myself, trick myself. None of that, because I understand that God knew every fiber. Source knows every fiber of my being. I can't play no games with God. I can't manipulate God. I can't think something and then say something else. I can't do shit. He can see me all the way through the marrow of the bone. I said, listen, I'm getting ready to walk away from these people and the philosophy. I'm going to let it go. Everything that I've learned from these people, I'm going to throw it in the trash can. Every piece. The reason why is because I followed the Christian doctrine, the Spirit of God to the tilt. The love of God, just the love, which I don't think many Christians really even have that, because most of them are narcissists. But you know, I'm not a narcissist, so it's the love. I mean, I'm telling. When I saw somebody get saved, oh my God, I just get chills all through my body. I would put my offering would reflect my heart. So that night, I give $100 in the offering. Let somebody, if I bring somebody to the church, honey, and they got what they needed from source, then honey, I put $100 in that offering because my heart be so full. I was like, oh my God, I just want to give, Lord. I thank you. You're just so good. And then I realized that I was amongst just tons of demons. Or narcissists. We're not going to call them demons. We're going to call them narcissists, people who are incapable of that love that I had in my heart. I convinced people to be saved early on. From the beginning, from the very moment that I got this wonderful gift of this salvation, I started sharing it right away. Hey, Dwayne. I started sharing it right away. Right away. I was never anybody's bitch warmer. Never. You warm the bench? What? No. I'm excited. That's just like a new car, or girl, come see my car, or a new home, or just something new, just something beautiful. Girl, I went to this restaurant. That food was good. Girl, you know, I'm a Christian now. You should be one too. Come with me. Started that from the very beginning. The very beginning. Very beginning. I started paying tithes from the very beginning. I gave offerings from the very beginning. And I was there every time the door opened from the very beginning. Until the day that I stopped going, which was 17, 18 years later. I'm doing well this morning. I'm just sharing. I'm sharing of my reservoir of life, okay? So that's the type of Christian that I was. I also studied and prayed all the time. We had the best study material existent to Christians. We had all kind of concordances in Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. We had all of the best Bibles. You know, we did not have that jail Bible or the $10 store Bible. We did not have those. You know how people have those Bibles and they falling apart, or they had a paper book. But no. We had leather with the gold part to the ends of the paper with the little tinsel little thing hanging out of it. We had those kind of multiple books. We had over 2,000 Christian books of all kinds. Anything had to do with Christianity, we had it. We were those kinds of Christians, me and my husband. Those kinds. So we were Christian on steroids. Probably my first 3 years of being a Christian, probably, you know, by that time, I knew more than people that sat in church for 40 years. So it was church, it was religion, it was on steroids, it was intense, it was powerful, and lots of people, I had a lot to do with a lot of people coming, huh?
That's kind of strange.
What?
A young couple like that.
Me and your dad.
Yeah, going so hard with a religion.
Yeah.
That's strange.
It was strange. Yeah. So when I tell people, like, people talk to me, right, and they say, well, were you ever filled with the Spirit? Yeah. Did you ever? Yeah. We did the whole thing. We did the whole thing. Yeah. We did the whole thing.
My parents weren't who y'all were. I don't believe someone was able to have me like that.
I know a lot of people don't believe it. Do you have advice for young adults who have grown up around religion like Christianity but don't want to be obligated to fit to the church and pray? Are you afraid of what they but are afraid of what their families think? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You're not alone, okay? You're not alone. Hundreds of millions of young people don't go to church anymore, and they're never going back. And neither are they supposed to. The way that you interact with God, the way that you think about God, and the way that you do God things is not, the church is a rehearsal. The rehearsal is over. Now it's time to live with Source. It's time to be free. Time to be free to be a human. Time to be free of conscience and fear and guilt, of bad conscience, fear and guilt. Time to be free. Period. Hey, Austin, time to be free. That's what I did. But I did it a long time ago. See what I'm saying? I did it a long time ago. I told God, no, 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 no. I'm going to put it in the trash because, see, this is the thing. I did it. I did the system. You know, I won't shucking and jiving and playing around with everything that had been taught me. Everything that I learned, I took it to heart. And I did it. Do you understand? I did it. And I had the lifestyle to prove it. That's why a lot of people are with me now that know me in real life. I don't know. When is Cheryl coming back? Like, I can't believe that Cheryl is not doing the things that she did because she was such a forerunner. Do you understand? She was so impactful. She was just awesome. Such a wonderful person. Such a loving person. When is Cheryl coming back? Coming back to what? All of that stuff was for a reason. See, as impactful and as powerful and all the energy that I put into it was for a reason. I learned, I grew. I love God so much. I studied so much. I thought so much. I prayed so much that I prayed myself right out of it because I understand that it's all a rehearsal. It's all an introduction to source. Church is just a rehearsal. That's all it is. And if you get stuck in rehearsing, then you're never going to get to the real thing. It's just a rehearsal. That's all it is. Don't get stuck, guys. Ooh, I feel burning in my heart. Don't get stuck. It's just a rehearsal. That's all. You were never supposed to camp out there. It's good that you came through. You could have been like, you could have been a Muslim or you could have been a Buddhist or whatever that religious system was that you learned about some ideas about source and spirits, life outside the body. Great, great, great. It doesn't matter which way you came, but it's just a rehearsal. You understand? It's like a courtship to God, but it's not God. You are not supposed to be stuck there. I think the people that are stuck there are narcissists. Because they can never really fall in love with source anyway, because they don't have, they are flawed permanently until the next life. Okay? They are stuck there. Church is full of narcissists. And God knows if you come in there as an empath and you make it out, you's a bad mama jamma. Okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. If you come in there as an empath and you make it out, you are a bad mama jamma. I'm telling you, I went through. Freedom wasn't free for me. I paid. I paid dearly. But I told God, I don't care about nothing. I don't care about this, that, those people, their opinions, how they did it, what they got, what I don't got. I said I'm going to go my way. And if you be God, then you lead and guide me. The real way, not what they think I should do, but what's right for me. Not what's right for them. Period. Freedom ain't free. If you've been shucking and jiving with God all your life, you don't know what I'm talking about. You must have walked this walk in the right way. And you must have done it consistently for years. Not in and out, back and forth, shucking and jiving. You can't do it that way. You'll never figure it out. You got to do it as it be told to you. And you got to give it 110%. Once you do that and things get to moving and shifting, because see, Spirit never left me anyway. That's what I know. That's what I could tell you with 1,000% confidence and accuracy. Spirit never left me. Spirit always been with me. Spirit always gonna be with me. Spirit was with me before I went to church. Conversations with God started as early as 8 years old. What's your question? And you can see children like that. Children that are that way, you notice it. Children that have conversations with God early on, they are magnificent. Now, what the narcissists like to do is to get them and take all of that spirit gifting and that God essence of what they really and truly are, and then use it for church business or Muslim business or Buddhist business. Okay? That's how it goes. If I talk about God and you talk about literature, then you don't have it. If I speak about God, hey Monique, and the only thing you can talk about is what's written, then you ain't made it there yet. Because see, whether you got a book or not, when the book is away from you, because the story says that God comes in the form of a book. But the reality is that you are your own book. You have your own his story or her story. And you really don't start. Well, then, if they're asking the same question over and over, trucker's wife, and you want to block them, you can. Because I saw it, but I'm learning how to ignore the chat. Because I really feel like some of them try to throw me off or get on my nerves, and I've learned how to ignore them and keep talking. So, I'm streaming, okay? I'm streaming. I'm streaming now. Now I'm in the 5th gear now, y'all. See how y'all saw me graduate? Uh-huh. See how that's what the evolution is doing. Uh-huh. That's what happens. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Go play with somebody else, honey. Not today. We're not doing it because this ain't that type of day. This is not a dress rehearsal. It's not a dress rehearsal. This is life. Okay? And you can't fit life into those books. It's not gonna work. And they say that book address all life. No, it don't. No, it does not. Trust me, I know.
What y'all gonna do about food today? Y'all cooking it now?
Did he take the meat out the freezer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what we cooking then?
I'm getting ready to go get me some meat.
Well, Joe on his way. But if you want to go get you something, Joe.
Girl.
Because it's early in the day.
You know, he's slow.
Well, Mona, it's early in the day. You act like it's 5 o'clock. Now, if you hungry like that, go get you something to eat. But yeah, I do want to put some stuff on the grill. Hey, Izzy, girl. Love you too, girl. Girl, we talking about how this Grabowski, see, all of this is all the different chapters of the Grabowski, honey. How does Cheryl Grabowski, how did she get like that? Who is she? Where did she come from? Spirit. 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 When are you going to stream again? Who knows? I don't know. Spirit. That's how. Cheryl, what do you mean by that? Are you talking about God? I'm talking about source. I'm talking about where everybody and everything come from. That's what I'm talking about. We're not giving pastors that type of clout. They don't need it. That's just like I can't take responsibility. I can't take credit for my children in its entirety being the people that they are, or you. How dare I? Hell no. The church make claims they can't back up. They've been doing it for years. The source, right? The source of everything. Cheryl Grabowski know a lot, but I don't know everything. I wouldn't dare come before y'all like some of these narcissists do, making these claims. I know what God has said. I know what's you don't know shit. Now, excuse me, but I've lived long enough to watch them and figure out they didn't know nothing. That the things that were the most obvious, those were the things that they did not know. Now shut up and be quiet. You don't know nothing. That's that Hammond organ and them drums creating that atmosphere of the foolery. That's all it is. Period. And they go through them cycles over and over and over. They get really spiritual. Wait, what claims are pastors making? I just do all kinds of claims. Claims to know what God has said for you, you, and you. Claims that this and that. Oh, I'm a prophet. Oh, I'm a seer. And you might be. You might be prophetic because I am too. And I see things, yes. But it's a lot of things that I don't know. There are limitations. Church make too many claims that they can't back up. And it's annoying. And for so many years, it's taken away the quality of people's lives. And it ended their lives. It ended their lives. Churches got a lot of blood on their hands too for the things that they have done over the years. So y'all know we were talking about me. Y'all know we were talking about me holding God accountable. We're going to hold God accountable last night for the conversation that we had. We're going to hold today is holding the church accountable for all of the pain that they have caused over the years. And some people were unalive because they could never recover for what the church has done. Pastors and leaders of the church gangs that have taken away from the quality of people's lives and destroyed their lives, and their lives ended behind them. Some people claim to be called when they're not. That's the problem. Part of the problem, yes, I do agree with that. But called for what? Because what people need to do is get their own life straight and leave other folks alone. Stop wanting to, again, go back to what we said before, rule and dominate over everybody, have power and control. But see, that's what the narcissist does, because the narcissist is not in tune with their true self, so they have to focus on you and rule and dominate your life. I'm having a beautiful day, Bethany. I am. I'm having a beautiful day. I want y'all to be weary. Be careful and pay attention. That's my job here on YouTube. We talk about narcissism in intimate relationship and friendships. This morning, we're talking about narcissism in ministry. I want you to take your pastors through the narc detector. You understand me? Take them blinders off. Take the blinders off and look at them for who they are. Take the blinders off. Take them off. Take them off. I say every day, I tell y'all all the time, I love my mama. Y'all know I love my mama. My mama was very, very narcissistic. She was. But in the way that I feel is that she was capable of empathy, though, because she's had it over the years. But she was toxic and very, very narcissistic. And a lot of people in my family are too. Myself, I have narcissistic traits too. We're not going to put the blinders on for anybody. That includes me. Nobody. It's too late. It's 2024. It's time for us to stop. Don't do that. Okay? We got to look at things for what it is versus what we want it to be. We got to leave that fantasy alone. Because church is about lots of fantasies. Oh, it's a lot of fantasies. Oh my God. It's a whole lot of Hollywood. But it's a production. Y'all know that. It's like going to a play. Okay? So it's a whole lot of fantasy in it. It's not based on reality. You got preachers. Oh my God, it's just terrible. You got people being human, but they cloud that they're being spiritual, but they're not being spiritual at all because they're not honest. If you're a spiritual person, then you're an honest person. Okay? If you're a spiritual person, then you got to be honest no matter what. It doesn't matter. You can't just glean over things. You just can't. I remember one time I took this person to a therapist, right? And the person had been, molested. And the person was talking to the therapist, and she had been molested by a preacher. So this is what the therapist said. Y'all listen. Please listen. The therapist said that, because the therapist was a Christian. Now, this is the fantasy. And then too, this is hold on. So the therapist said the devil used the child to trick the man of God. Let's say it one more time. Now listen, y'all philosophers in here, I need y'all to come out the bushes on this one. The devil used the child to trick the man of God because he knew that the man of God had a future. The devil used the child to trick the man of God. It's what the therapist said to us. Hold on. Now, I want y'all to hold that thought, and I need y'all to talk to me based on that. We all have narcissistic traits. It's our job to be aware of what's happening around us, to be able to see the traits in ourselves and others. Yes, I absolutely agree. Did y'all hear what I said? Because y'all was in that comment right now. So let me get into it and tell you what I hear. This is what I hear. The devil That's a lack of accountability. Mason said, you think, okay, keep thinking, Mason, and come back and let me know. So the devil, thank you, Bella. The devil, so she don't blame the man of God, right? She don't blame the man of God. She blamed the devil. So she's unempathetic towards the child. And then she's saying that she's okay, so she blames the devil. She's unempathetic towards the child, and she's not holding the adult that molested the child accountable. And she's a therapist. That's why I done told y'all asses about some of these licensed people. They themselves are narcissists. They don't have empathy. They are just like the people over at the church, and they have no business even dealing with mental health at all. If you have a narcissistic judge, a narcissist, NPD, we ain't talking about narcissistic now. We're going to switch to NPD. A judge with NPD, a doctor with NPD, and a lawyer with NPD, you're going to be in trouble, okay? Because they don't have no emotional intelligence. You understand? I'm just making y'all aware. Blame the man for allowing the devil. The devil never used the child. The child is innocent. Thank you, baby. See what I'm saying? This is in a licensed place with a person who is trained in mental health. So the priest asked for protection. What you mean? That's what I'm saying. Why not hold the man of God accountable? You have people over the years, especially us, who have protected the toxic, narcissistic preacher and not hold him or she accountable for them to do what they want to do. She's so... Thank you, Rock Moose. I have been taught that the devil will do anything to spoil a person's life. And so his goal is to lead us down a path we are not supposed to walk by tempting us with the things of the world. Okay, now I'm going to stop right there. Y'all slow down. Slow down. Slow down for a minute in the chat. And that is what's wrong. That mentality is cancer. That's spiritual cancer. Whoever taught you that is highly narcissistic. And whoever taught you that does not have emotional empathy. Neither one. And I told y'all over and over again, y'all are in these churches with narcissists. That is absolutely wrong. That is absolutely toxic, and it is absolutely terrible, and it's very, 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 very narcissistic. My God. Woo. How can a child even be aware of the devil? Children are so pure of heart. If the things of this world and the devil appear appealing, then the things of God will not. We're not talking about God or a devil that we can't see. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a child and an adult that transgressed a child. It's the adult's fault, not the devil. It doesn't matter if he had a calling or not. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Counselor lady. It's the man's fault. The child is innocent. Period. 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 It's the man's fault. Period. Devil ain't got shit to do with it. Hey, FDJ. Thank you, Mason, for thinking again. The devil ain't got nothing to do with it. That's just like, If we do wrong and we always shuck it off on the devil. Child, the devil made the devil made me do that. The devil made me do that. You got people all the time standing in court in front of the judge. The devil made me do that. Your ass still going to jail. This is the spiritual cancer that we deal with from men and women of God who have taught this over the years. We're going to blame everything on the devil. Just like we did last night when we started talking about God and Lucifer and Adam and Eve. It's the devil's fault. We're talking about Genesis. The devil made me do it. Mentality is wrong. I agree. You're right. But I'm saying the mentality comes from the literature. Because there the devil is, and he's causing Adam and Eve to sin, but God himself made the devil, Mason. So he's responsible for that devil. But in the story that I'm telling now, that man is responsible for trespassing against that child. And the therapist is wrong, and her license should be taken away. Because she's a narcissist, because she has no emotional intelligence. She's supposed to know what's proper and what's not. And she blamed the devil for the man trespassing against the child, just like the Bible story blames the devil for tempting Adam and Eve when, according to the story, God kicks him out so he has free reign to visit the other places in the galaxy, right? Because he's an archangel able to get around. So if God makes a garden and put two humans in the garden, then why wouldn't Lucifer go to the garden? What you mean? Why am I not going to go to the garden? He's going to the garden, okay? This is what God is doing that's new. And he's not, Lucifer's not banished anywhere. So he has reign in the garden. So why wouldn't he go there? Adam and Eve is they're not in the knowing. They're innocent. Like this little girl in the story that I'm telling you guys about. But the same way in that story, the devil is blamed for the fall of man. Y'all say it's Eve. And then you say it's Adam, really, because God gave him the commandment. But no, it's God's fault. And it's the man's fault in both stories. The apple, supposedly. Where you going? Can you bring back some charcoal?
I need something.
I know. I said, can you bring back some charcoal? Just a small bag. All right. So, okay. So, the child, Mason, I'm going to do this for you. So, the man molested the girl. Okay. So, then me and the girl end up at the therapist's office. So, then we tell the therapist that. So, then the therapist say, because she's a Christian, the devil knew that he was a man of God. So the devil used the little girl to tempt the man of God. And that's why this has happened. Who cares about the fruit, child? That's not even important about what kind of fruit it was. Right. So what I'm saying is, not just for Adam and Eve and Lucifer, not just for that. Adam and Eve and Lucifer and God, not just that story, but the man and the little girl and the counselor. Okay, in both of these stories, you said, I know, LOL. In both of these stories, we have to be accountable for our own stuff. And not blame anything on the devil. The devil ain't made you do shit. It's the very teaching of the story that allows us to be able to think that we can say that the devil made us do it because the story says so. Just like the therapist says so she's talking about the story. With the man and the little girl and me at the therapist's office, she's only reciting what the storyline said. That's it. Y'all, I don't care about what these people say in the chat. I'm focused.
You might
They
as well
just,
come with me.
huh?
I said, you might as well come with me.
Come with you.
Yeah.
What's your boy?
He's asleep.
No.
Yeah, because I know y'all not waiting on Joe for anything. No shade. No shade. There's no way you waiting on him. You might as well get it done.
Where we going?
Get everything we need to do what you said you wanted to do.
Oh, you gonna do that? We
Might
gonna
as
do that?
well.
Okay.
How we gonna wait on Joe? But he might not show up.
Okay. You just give me 3 minutes.
He be
I'm
moving
coming.
slow.
Yes, we are accountable. I believe the Bible, so I'll refer to it where it says God always provides a way of escape from temptation to wrong.
I'll be back.
We have a choice, and if we do wrong, there are consequences. We just need some size in charcoal. What?
Why y'all didn't get that when y'all was out here already?
Well, don't worry about it. We gonna bring.
Always on the
We ain't gotta
other
do it
shit,
then.
something
We ain't
like
gotta
that.
do it. I'm hungry too. Just bring me back something. Cause Troy already ate. He brought his stuff down here. I don't want no big nothing. Something little. I'm not really all that hungry. But Mason, listen, Mason. Listen, Mason. Do you get my point about even in the story of God, Lucifer, and Adam and Eve, the writer is blaming what happened in the garden as to what's going on in our world. Do you see the writer doing that, Mason? That's what I'm saying to you. I'm saying the writer, if me and the writer were having a discussion, okay, not you guys, just me and the writer, the one that's writing, because you know there are many different authors. We don't know who wrote, but me and the writer are having a discussion. Then I'm going to tell the writer that God is responsible for the fall of man, not Lucifer. And do you get my point? I don't know how y'all could come up with any other solution other than that. I don't see how y'all could see it no other way. Or to just accept that God do messed up stuff and he can do what he wanted to do. Do y'all think that? Because if you think that about God, then that's very interesting. What do y'all think about that? I get your point. I think, but I don't think. Why don't you agree? Tell me why. What's your logic? So should we just accept the fact that God is irresponsible? That certainly he's not all-knowing. Because why would you create such a being if you didn't intend for that being to do what he did? My Sunday is going good. I've seen Billy Carson. I'm not really attracted to Billy Carson's work, but I've listened to him some. God creates right and wrong, not us. Okay, but what I'm telling you is God is wrong according to the storyline. That's what I'm saying. So if God created right and wrong, then he's wrong for what he did. So he got free will too to do wrong. So you said God done wrong and that's cool. Is that what y'all saying? That's the truth. I always say some people are born with spoiled spirits. Free will. So since God created free will, are you saying, FDJ, that it's okay that he created a Lucifer that revolted against him? But before we can do that, God created a Lucifer, an archangel, Satan, that okay, well then how can you say God is perfect? Y'all, Lucifer, I ain't talking about Lucifer's free will. I can't get y'all to follow the sequence. Okay, first of all, let's back it up one more time. Let's back it up one more time. I guess we're having class. So the reason there is wrong, the world is God's fault, is that the argument? No, we're not talking about fault. But it's okay because when I do wrong, I accept my faults. Because I'm not perfect. But however, hold on, y'all. Hold on, the divine. Hold on now. Because we're talking about literature, right? Because none of us was there when Lucifer was made. Now we're going to back it up one more time. God made Lucifer. We got to follow the story as it's written. God made Lucifer a archangel. Hey, Alicia, right? Okay. He was made good, but then he turns bad. Now let's back it back. Then we're going to take it back. We're not going forward. Do not go forward. Stay with me where I'm at. God made Lucifer. That's the first thought.
Now you see my charger that was in the car?
Your plug-in piece.
My charger.
What do you mean? The thing that you
The
plug
white
in?
charger.
The cord is in the car.
My iPhone charger. The iPhone charger itself.
It's in the car.
In my car?
Yeah.
Or your car?
Your car.
I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my plug in?
Okay, FJK. Okay, FJK. Don't y'all hold on for a minute, because we got to have this. We got to establish this thing first. Now, before we say God made Lucifer, because I see what you. No, you don't see what I'm saying, Miss Parker. You don't see what I'm saying, FDJ. You're not seeing what I'm saying. I got a unibrow right now. What in the world? Hold on. Okay, so you're not saying, okay. So we're going to describe God. We're going to describe God. Mason said, please continue. Please continue. God is, number one, all-knowing, all-seeing. Now we're going to deal with the character of God. Hey, Alaska. Hey, John. All-seeing, all-knowing. He's omnipresent everywhere at all times. He sees the end from the beginning. FDJ, listen. He see the end from the beginning. The end from the beginning. So in everywhere in between, all the chapters of your life, God is visible for every chapter at the same time. Now let's go back to the very beginning. God creates Lucifer. God created Lucifer, okay? Now he sees all his chapters from the very beginning. You understand? All of what we see and all of what we've seen in our lifetime and all of what we've read that happened before us as we've recorded history in this world. And all of what we say that Lucifer has done in all of this time up until today. We don't know about tomorrow, but we up until today. God foreknew from the beginning. Now we're going to go all the way back to the beginning one more time. God made Lucifer. Now, we ain't going no far. No, God created Lucifer because he was bored, and he also needed to show how strong he was. Lavesh, if God created Lucifer because he was bored, and all of this stuff has happened in this world, then he's not my God, but he might be yours. And I'm not going to blame that on source. But I got a better understanding. Do y'all want to hear it? Do y'all want to hear what I think? I'm just saying, I got a better understanding. Do y'all want to hear? Because see, we having this conversation now, but I had this conversation with myself over 20 years ago, and I've been having it ever since. So I think anything that you guys can think of, I've already thought it. Okay? That's why we're here today. What fictional book did you read to learn these lies, Cheryl? I'm the book, Don. Wait a minute, hold on. All right. Lavesh, God is not your forte. Okay, I get it, Lavesh. That's what we assume that God already knew. Okay, we assume. Also, we assume. So, FDJ, your God is not all powerful and all knowing. Please answer me. And before I get into my theology. Okay, I can understand. I could read somebody else's thing, but we're reading my book today because it's Cheryl Grabowski's channel. Okay, so the God that you know is not all seeing and all knowing. He's not omnipresent. He's not everywhere at all times, in all chapters, in all places, every day. So he's not. So he's limited. Tell me, if DJ, let me know. Considering creating every single thing everywhere. Joseph said yes. Okay. So Joseph, let's me and you gonna talk. So you see, God is all seeing and all knowing. Let me come a little piece closer. My daughter mad at me. She wanted me to go out and eat with her, but honey, I can't let y'all go. Okay. He's outside of our comprehension. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not okay. We're not going to do that. God ain't got no problem with my clothes. If I want to wear it, then he loves it. Okay? We're not doing that either. Okay, so listen. Because I bought it. It's mine, not yours. I ain't asked you to buy it and none of that. But anyway. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Now, we got to deal with the intention and the character. So you are saying we're not going to hell because God already knew the wrong we would be doing. No, that's not what I'm saying. Can y'all please not jump down the road and stay with me? Thank you, Cash. y'all need to be giving. Y'all need to be giving today. Y'all need to send me some super chats and hit my Cash App. Okay? Cheryl Grabowski. Listen. In my mind, source is all seeing, all knowing. I'm not present. I get with that. Go on with the topic. Okay. So, all seeing, all knowing, everywhere, all times, foreknowing, foreseeing. Just like I showed y'all all the chapters in the book. God has read all the chapters, comprehends all the chapters and everything. All right. So, God made Lucifer. Going back to the beginning. So now me and God gonna have a conversation. Can y'all please sit and listen to me and God talk before y'all go to typing? Me and God talking right now. Let me talk to source. I'm not afraid of source. I shouldn't be afraid of source because that's where I come from. So just let me communicate. Okay? Lavesh, okay, yeah. So let me just communicate. Damn. Y'all tough crew. Woo. All right. So I got questions. So, the way that they taught us how to pray, that's not how you pray. This is really how you pray. So, God, what you do that for? Why would you even make Lucifer? You know what he was going to do. You know what I was going to experience when I was a little girl. Like, I've been hurting. This shit has followed me through my entire life. You just think about Hitler when he put all those human beings in those torture chambers and stuff like that. Why would you do that when you had power to make it not be so? Is this some type of game that you're playing? What's wrong with you? Are you schizophrenic? What's wrong? Like, you do this to give us free will, knowing that we were hurt. Like, all the damage I did to my children, I didn't know that I was damaging my children that way because I'm not like you. Like, you know everything. I'm limited because, I'm human. But you're not. Like, you're all knowing. You're all seeing. You're all powerful. Like you know everything. And there's been so much stuff going on. Like, there's been so much pain. Like, when I think about my childhood and so many other people that I know, and I think about, JFK, the way that he was unalive that day in that car with his wife. Like, you knew that that man was going to take that gun and shoot him down, and you know his brains was going to be on his wife's clothes. Like, you knew that the Twin Towers were going to come down. Like, you knew about all that stuff. You knew about it ahead of time. Like, we're human. Like, we don't know that, because you know, if we could, like with our children and everything, if we knew what was going to happen with our children ahead of time, like, we would protect our kids. If we knew that we were going to be the greatest hindrance to our children, then we probably wouldn't even have had kids. Like, why'd you do that? That's how you pray. That's how you talk to God. Now, what do I come up with? What do I come up with? JR. No, Don, he should not destroy us all for other humans' mistakes. So, could you for a minute, pain brings clarity, Cheryl? We're not going with that philosophy. We're not going with that. We're talking about the creator of everything. There would be no need for pain, because we're not talking about limited power, guys. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the creator of all things. It's a tough topic. It's so tough. Tough topic. Why would you start this when it didn't have to be? Human must realize evil is real. If we never knew it, we wouldn't understand it. What would be the point of knowing that evil is real if you wouldn't have made evil? We talking about all-knowing, all-seeing. No, everything would have been already perfect. Y'all, come on. Come on. We're getting there. We're getting there. You got to think. This is oh boy. Responsibility. You need pain, just like our bodies. We need to touch the stove to know it's bad. That's our bodies. God is not human. When you make soup, you must skim the surface. You know what I think, guys? It's time to bake a pound. Now I'm living in the past. No, I'm not. We're having a conversation, which I love. God doesn't feel pain. Hey, Hunter. Y'all got some more for me? I'm reading. I'm reading. I'm just seeing how y'all think. I want to know how you think. That's all. Hey, Martin. Stop spamming the chat. Amelia. I love that name, Amelia. What do y'all think? First of all, I just want to be known that Cheryl loves God more than anything in the world. Am I dressing up as a snowman? Maybe. God is living through his victory over evil eternally. We see but a glimpse. Thank you, Amelia. Amelia, girl, you got good taste. You got good taste. Okay? So anyway, wasn't that stimulating? That was so stimulating. I love Source. I love God. I know you do too. We're just conversating. Now, that's the best church service you've ever gone. You don't learn anything in them places, I tell you. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. I believe I encountered death in my sleep when I was about 7. My sister was playing the Ouija board while I experienced wild experience. I know good and evil is real in the spirit realm. Okay. I don't always agree, but I must respect you. Thank you, Hunter. Y'all been getting kicked out in here. Okay. Deep thought thinking. Yes, for sure. I love you. I love you right back. Have you read a book called Conversations with God? When you were talking earlier, it reminded me of the book so much. No, I've never read that book. I didn't write that correctly. I'm cooking. Okay. All I learned in church is to give them your 10%. God is the best at abjuration. Okay. Say it sounded like the book Conversations with God. I mean, that's what we, I mean, who is that? Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. That's stupid. Stop it. That's why you build a relationship with God. But you've got to be able to talk. And you've got to be able to ask questions. And you got to be able to think outside of the pastor exogen. Some of you guys are way deeper than your pastor. Way smarter. You hold yourself back by not spending time alone and stop being and being simple-minded. Don't do that. You got to stop being simple-minded. You got to ask these questions. That's why you build a bond with the Lord. We don't call God Lord. That's a Christian term. Other people you can call him whatever you want. You really can call God with, Cheryl, I hate them hidden. I have hidden them. Okay, thank you, boo. Why is they bad, girl? That thing get on my nerves, girl. Ooh. Oh, did I unhide them? Oh, Lord, I'm sorry. All right, Trucker's wife, just deal with it, girl. I'm sorry. Please. That give me anxiety. Because I don't know what that is. I don't even know why they do that. But anyway, y'all, I enjoyed y'all today, honey. That was good. I don't even know how long we've been on this live today. More than one account. They so fucking stupid. Y'all, we almost at 600. We just need 9 more people. I'm sure all answers will be answered when your time ends. Yeah, but we want to answer some of them questions now, okay? Because we ain't got nothing else better to do, okay? Am I going to do a mukbang? Don't go, women. You thank you, Sierra. Woo, child. Chinese are attacking me? Why? Shifty Tail said, girl, boo, you are gorgeous. Thank you, boo. Why are the Chinese? What I do to the Chinese and China men's? Thank you, Missy Lou. Thank you, Missy Lou, honey. That was that last part, honey, I love the most, child. Why is the Chinamen's bothering me? Leave me alone. Louisiana, Mr. Louisiana. What if this stuff matters? Then we can't wait to answer it, FDJ. Okay. This stuff does matter. Miss Parker. I don't know. Me and my children are supposed to grill out today. But I don't know if it's going to happen. Looking like milk. Y'all love child. Y'all be talking about how I look. I ain't think about y'all. I'm me. The belly rolls and the jelly rolls and all of it. Okay, period. Period. Thank you, Amelia, honey. I need my nails done. I got one broke over here, and I got some stuff going on. Sister won, but at what cost? What sister? I'm trying to go walk by the beach today with hubby. Ooh, girl, I'm so jealous, girl. I love the glasses. Suit you so well. Thank you. Ooh, I am so jealous. God knows wish I was down at the Myrtle to the beach. I really do. God, I love it. I don't know who could just. My ex-husband just felt like the water was just ordinary. It wasn't nothing spectacular. I was like, wow. If you had to be, if you had to be one race other than black, what would you be? Thank you, Shay Montana. A race other than black? I don't know. I think I would be, I don't know if I would be Chinese, Japanese, or one of them, because I saw some, I think they were Japanese blacks. They look just like me. They look a lot like me, but their eyes were just like that. And they were black. I'm talking about black, like their hair was just like this. Some of their hairs had actually formed into locks, but they were 1,000% Chinese or Japanese. I would want to be one of them. I know Monet said we're going back. It's a holiday coming up, isn't it? So we'll be back down there. Thank you, Amelia. You'd be Korean. Why Korean, though? No. Not so I can understand the spammer. No. I'm making you blush. Oh. What's your favorite place in the world? Have you traveled much? No. I'm from the UK and have never been abroad and never had a passport. Me either. We're going to be traveling soon because we're about to take a cruise. So Shirley's going to get on the cruise ship, which I don't know about that, y'all, because I love the beach, but I like to be on the shore looking at the beach. And I went out one day, a friend of mine some years ago invited me out to a day trip on a boat where they gambled on the boat. So since I don't gamble, I was out on the deck talking to this old couple and about life, because everywhere I go, I be lifing. And I was seasick. I mean, I had to go to inside the boat and take some medicine I got from the bartender to stop me from being queasy. It took 45 minutes for my stomach to settle down and everything like that. And then just looking at all that water, just on the water, looking at the water was a bit much. So I'm about to cruise, and I hope that I love it so I could cruise again, but I'm going to try to love it. Yes, Memorial Day. I'm from North Carolina. Y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, okay? I love to sit on the beach, listen to the water, and listen to Z100. Everywhere I go, I be lifing. I love that. I do. You're gambling getting on the cruise. Hey, Carter. I don't know. I might gamble a little bit. I gambled one time. Like, I went to Vegas. Me and my first husband, my client gave me a 7-day trip to Vegas back in the day. So we had gone to, I wasn't staying at the MGM, but we went into the MGM where I put $2 in a machine and gave me 200. So that was good for me. That's the extent of my gambling life. You look so complete that you do not envy another race, please. Honestly, you look so gorgeous. Thank you. Oh, am I gambling? Yeah, I'll gamble a little bit on the cruise. Just a little piece. I ain't getting ready to lose my money. I love you too. I gamble a little piece because if I'm lucky, it shouldn't take much money for me to win. I don't think. But y'all, I'm not a gambler though. Thank you. Y'all subscribe to the Hey Miss Cheryl and chat. Hey Prior girl. How you doing, girl? Good morning, girl. We've been over here lifing today. We've been lifing real hard. My first time on the ocean, I was sick smelling all that water. I know that the ocean don't smell good now. Hey, Carter, thank you for subscribing, baby. Shout out to you, Carter. Okay. Shout out to you. We need one more person and we'll be 13,600. And then, so yeah, I'm certainly going live again. I'm certainly going live again. Thank you guys for all of your subscriptions, even though this Cheryl Grabowski over here is not a traditionalist. But I told y'all, I promise you that I love God. But I don't know. I don't believe in some of these things that people say about God. When I was little, I used to gamble with my brother, but I didn't know that what he was doing. So he won everything. Your brother, I'll be shaming himself. I've been getting my oldest daughter ready for her Myrtle Beach trip. Child, we love Myrtle Beach, girl. We love Myrtle Beach, honey. Ooh. Hit the like button, y'all. We need some more likes, too. Can y'all get the likes up, please? DCY4, okay? Looking like a cone of ice cream. Girl, you need to get back on God. Don't let the devil do that. What you mean get back on God? What do you mean? Can you chug a Dr. Pepper? I don't chug anything. I'm a lady. What do you mean get back on God? What you talking about, Shug? What you talking about, Tom? 13,600 subscribe. I love Dr. Pepper. That's my favorite soda. But lately I've not been drinking dark soda. I've not drank soda at all really lately. Y'all, I think we're going to get rid of this afro and get another look. It's summertime. It's time to go back to the short hair. Thank you, guys. We got 13,601 subscribers. I be working. So much work going on. Would I like to take a gamble with you, FDJ? You are crazy. God is waiting for your return. God has never left me, and I've never left God. You're talking about church and religion. You're talking about church and religion. That's not the same, honey. If you ever get in a situation in your life, you'll realize that. But it will take for you to get into a situation for you to realize that. And you better keep that natural beauty. Thank you. Carter, what is you talking about? You too, FJK. Right, God doesn't care about religion. That's man's system. That's man. Do y'all know? Oh, y'all just get on my nerves. Do y'all know that Christians used to unalive people for not being Christians? You need to go look at the history. Go look at the history. It's full of blood. It's full of blood. Nowadays, it's people. You say you knew that. Yeah, go get the history. Y'all Christians, y'all get on my nerves sometimes. You be so arrogant and you don't even know the history, honey. It's full of blood. That was my son, and we are certainly grilling because he on his way with the charcoal and some chicken and some sides and some other stuff. You follow the 10 commandments. It was a comment. You go to church. Oh, so yeah, so you knew that. So yeah, Mason, you knew the Christians and what they used to do to people. They didn't give you no choice. They unalived you if you didn't believe the way that they believe, and they couldn't prove anything. You don't unalive people for what you believe. That is so mentally ill. You unalive me because I don't believe what you believe. Why is that any of your business? We've evolved so much, y'all, over time. But in other countries, they might still do that to folks right now. But it's just the idea of you unaliving people for what they believe. Mason said, exactly, leave me alone. My belief is tied to my heart, and my heart don't belong to you, it's mine. That is the craziest thing. And religious people are like that. They'll shun you and do mean things to you because you don't believe the way that they believe. It's a belief. You can't prove it. So leave me alone about what you believe versus what I believe. You don't pay my mortgage. You don't pay lights and water. You don't, when I'm gone, you won't come and do anything with my services. You're not going to help my children. Leave me alone about what I believe. You tend to your business. People unalive people for how they believe. You're just being a villain, a bully, and a demon. So the early Christians were demons. The early Christians were demons. Because they went to killing people. You don't kill nobody about what they believe. Are you crazy? We so many miles down the road nowadays, but you still got some of that energy that float around. Well, we're going to shun you. We're going to cut you off. Or we ain't going to have nothing to do with you. We're going to steal your inheritance from you because you don't believe that. Cheryl Grabowski is a demon because she don't go to the Pentecostal church. She don't fellowship with them people that she used to fellowship with. I don't deal with Cheryl no more because she don't go to church no more. So what? Why I got to go to church? That's your business. If you want to go to church, you go. That's your business. Cheryl Grabowski ain't out here committing crimes. Cheryl ain't stealing nobody's husband. Cheryl taking care of her responsibilities. What about yourself? What is your favorite car? All right, y'all. Don't start that crap. We're going to kick y'all out of here. 2:06. What time did I go live? 11:30. Honey, Cheryl going to the club. Cheryl, listen, me and Jesus going to dance together on the dance floor. Me and Source, we going to get it in, baby. Hey, Boodoo. When you speak the truth, it's heard. It heard other people to hear. It's hard for other people to hear. I don't have a DeVille now. I had one then. I don't ever have to have one again. I enjoyed that car. Honey. I felt like, it gave boss lady vibes, honey. Boss lady. And she was the same color as this unit I got on. She was the same color. No, I'm not pregnant, Michael. I'm fat in the middle. Mm-hmm. No, Jake, I had a whole apartment. I didn't need no back seat. But you could have done anything, Jake. Wink, wink, in the back seat. And the front seat. Because the front seats went all the way. Like there was, man, you talking about it's some room in that car, baby. That's a big car. And don't get it on the interstate. How much for that? Michael, somebody blocked Michael because he did that shit yesterday. Bye. Carter, I am fat in the middle. Yes, I am. You see that? Boop, boop. Okay. Oh, you got the seat belts and then moving the seats. Jake, you always start some mess. You gonna always start a little piece of mess, ain't you? But anyway, Sunday session is over. 13,605 subscribers. You are beautiful all over. I think so too. I do. Mm-hmm. The bigger the cushion, the sweeter the push. Oh, Jake, you said don't start no mess, Jake, because you always starting mess. You are always starting mess, honey. See, Michael, your butt done got kicked out of here because you go too far. Now, you be over there on the PORN hub. Now, stop that. Missing Lil 13.6K. You be over there on the hub. The PORN hub. This is not that. Don't do that. I am not soliciting no dang-a-lang. We ain't soliciting that over here. That's not what we looking for. Y'all are so crazy. Be the crazy people on the internet, okay? We're not doing that. We are not soliciting peen, okay? Well, okay, or we don't even want no bread basket or none of that. No bread basket or no peen. What's going on? We chilling. What's up, Sage? Oh my God, my daughter gonna get some food. My son is, Lord Jesus. Yeah, I thought so, girl. I thought so. That the outfit and the fro. Y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We just had a super deep, oh boy, we were deep. We were swimming. We were diving in the ocean of wonderful, wonderful conversation. I wish I had some chicken noodle soup, honey. We were diving in the ocean of wonderful, wonderful, wonderful conversations. Okay? Conversations with God. Okay? Sunday morning. Okay? I almost started crying. I almost started crying. I had to stop. That's why I pulled back, because I ain't want to start crying. Because if I keep on asking all these questions, why are you letting all, I got stung by jellyfish in Cuba. Woo! Child, that would have scared me to death. Okay. Hey, Sage. Subscribe to the channel. I would have been so scared. Because we just left the Myrtle Beach down there looking at tanks. I love you, Cheryl. Love you too. Looking at the jellyfish and all that thing there. And I think about that man that, lost his life behind the jellyfish. No. Ooh. Like, hey, NJ. Y'all subscribe to the channel. You almost started crying. When? When I was having that conversation with God on screen. Because I was going deep. I was diving, but I ain't want y'all to I ain't want to take y'all that deep with me. I didn't want to do it on the internet. I ain't want to do it. Because when I ain't want to do it on the internet. I never go deep in the ocean anymore. I just, thank you, Tank. Listen, Jake, I couldn't do that. I don't want to be submerged in water like that. Oh, I don't think I was there. Oh, you wasn't there when I did that? Yeah, I did it like a conversation. I was showing them how you conversate with God. You know what I mean? So, no, I can't swim. I don't like the water in my ears, y'all. Oof. I don't like the water in my ears. I hate it. Now, when I was younger, we used to go to the pool all the time, but I couldn't swim. But I would immerse myself and, do that little play swimming thing. But no, I can't swim. Y'all subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. No, I've not done swimming lessons. I don't know if I want to do that. Said I will sink. Yep, I will sink. Okay, Stitch, happy birthday. We about to be lit down here, honey. I have to leave by. Okay, baby, have a wonderful afternoon. Y'all, we've been on this live for 2 hours. You should swim, so fun. What I'm going to do about the water in my ears, Mason? What I'm going to do about that? Trucker's wife. Girl, I would have too. Now, I don't fight people, but you might have been fought that day. You might have been fought that day if you pushed me in water. That would have scared me to pieces. Yeah, that would scare me to, yeah, my daughter and my son saw a guy. He lost his life. His girlfriend pushed him in there. Earplugs, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. Okay. It's pearl cream. Thank you. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Thank y'all for being on the morning live. I hope you guys were entertained, and I hope you grew. I hope you evolved some. Okay. I hope I was able to challenge some of your ideas. I hope you eating 6-inch clear heels. But you are so crazy, Jake. All right, GR2 View. Have a wonderful day. And you learn how to stream. That's what you do. Because Cheryl Grabowski got this shit in the bag. Bye.